Yo, what's up? Rambling about basketball with or reg. Okay, good. This is more like a laser beam, like month review thing, but daily, and it's about basketball completely, and it's in my room, and it's low quality, doesn't have a face cam, and yeah. Okay, so we're talking about basketball. First thing that everybody tells me when we talk about basketball, they say, "What's your top? Who's your GOAT?" I say Michael Jordan always, cause you know him. But if you want to know my top 10 list, my top 10s are the number 10 spot. It's a hard place, but I give it to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. The only thing he does is he's a good scoring champion, has 4 rings, and he's actually a pretty good player. Not to lie, he is a very good center, which can score the ball, and usually today's centers are not about scoring. They're just about playing defense. They're not about scoring. So, okay. My top 10 is Hakeem at Kareem at 10, Hakeem at 9. You know that guy was dominant. He didn't have a superstar on the side. The only guy on the side was like Robert Horry or Tony Stark. Tony Stark was on the Knicks. Yeah, they only had those 2 players, Robert Horry and Hakeem Olajuwon. Maybe he had someone else, but I don't know, because I'm 10 years old. Yes, I'm 10 years old. Don't make fun of me that I was born in 2010, okay? Some of us are millennials, but young millennials, So, I have a hard decision on the top like 5 to 10. Like, that's very hard decision. So top 5, we have number 5 Magic. We have number 5 Shaquille O'Neal, the most dominant player of all time. He helped Kobe win his rings. Kobe won some of his rings too, but 2 of them were Shaq. Okay, 2 of them were Shaq's. Like the 2001 and 2001. Both of them were Shaq. We have we have probably I don't know who we have on number 4. Oh, we have Magic Johnson on number 4, Shaquille O'Neal on number 5, Magic Johnson at number 4, number 3, Kobe Bryant. Some of you guys even put him at 2, and a lot of people put him at 2. Some people even put him at 1. I put him at 3. Then LeBron James number 2, and my MJ number 1, because he's my favorite player of all time. Usually, the first NBA game I've ever seen in my life, not to lie, the first night, it doesn't mean the time that I actually watched the full basketball. The first time I glanced at a basketball game was, I think, 2016 Warriors versus Houston Rockets semifinals. I told him, Daddy, my dad was watching it actually. He's actually a very try-hard fan that time. I was saying, Dad, what's a GSW? And at that time, I only played basketball one time in my life. I did granny shots. It was a normal thing to do granny shots, and when I made a basket, it felt like I made a half-court shot with a buzzer beater in the 4th quarter, Game 7 of the NBA Finals. It felt like that, making a shot, my first shot, and the happiness was just like that thing I just told you there. Okay, next argument. The next argument is about usually that I like players who can pass the ball and score. I just like that for a reason. It's an easy way to get doubles if you're a point guard. You can just get a couple of 10 points, get a couple of 10 assists, and you're done with the game. You're literally done with the game. Just get 10 points, 10 assists, and yeah. Okay, continuing the broadcast. Next we got my favorite thing. Usually I believe in this the most. Defense wins championships. You know that the defense wins championships. If you don't have defense and you have all offense, you can score how much you want, but they're just gonna score back again and again and again. It's like this. if you're like a very bad defensive team but an amazing offensive team, like point guard Trae Young, shooting guard James Harden, small forward Zach LaVine. Well, actually no, we're not gonna do it like that. It's gonna be like Trae Young point guard, Zach LaVine shooting guard. Wait a second. I don't know how to do this. I want to put D'Angelo Russell. Should I put D'Angelo Russell or Zach LaVine? You know what? I'm gonna do Trae Young at a point, Harden at the shooting guard. D'Angelo. No, I don't know how to do this. Point guard Trae Young, shooting guard D'Angelo Russell, small forward James Harden, and power forward Zach LaVine, and center Enes Kanter in the scanner. The backups we're gonna make our 6-man IT Isaiah Thomas. You know he's choking. A backup center that's bad at defense. I'm just thinking of some bad defensive players right here. Steven Adams good. I don't know, Alex Len. I don't know. I'm just gonna put him at the backup center. I know average defense at least. I think. I don't know. This game. I'm just thinking of them. Bad centers. That's all I'm thinking of. Average centers. Average very white centers. That's all I'm thinking about. Next, what else we have at the start? At the backups, small shooting guard. We have Is there any bad ones? Like, I don't really know, man. Like, is there any bad ones? I know one for sure. Derrick Rose. I don't know why, but I feel like Derrick Rose was a bad defender. I do not know why, but I feel like it, so I'm putting him there. Small forward. Now, that's a hard one. Small forwards are usually like the middle of the game. Like you can like slash in, and you can go from the outside. If you're center, you're usually a lot of inside. If you're point guard, you're a lot of outside. And a little bit of inside, we can say. Mix it up a little bit. But when you're in the small forward, when you're 6'7" or 6'6", you can do anything. You can shoot the three, and you can play defense. You can play like when you're point guard, you cannot like do interior defense. You can only do perimeter defense because you're a point guard. You're 6'3" point guard, just trying to make the way in the league. So small forwards, we already take a Zach LaVine. Next, you know what? I'm just gonna stick that. Well, at part 2, we're gonna check that out because I need to search. Next, for some reason I'm seeing a card here. Oh, usually I thought it said but it said free. Okay. So you guys are probably wondering like, why is it like? Then I said the voice again. Because I'm just like skipping parts. Like sometimes I get tired of talking. So my favorite team are the Lakers and Clippers. I live in LA. I love the life. I'm gonna go to Lakers still, but probably not gonna go to any Lakers games anymore. Sad for that. But I once had the only countering that I ever had with an NBA player was Montrezl Harrell. He actually said thank you. I high-fived to him. Then next we have moment where I regret my life. I won fan of the game. My dad won it. Me and my dad, because I was usually trying to win my dad fan of the game. I was acting cringe, and we won fan of the game. And it was saying like there's 3 sections of each people, and they're saying scream, and we screamed the most our group, and we didn't even hear. We would go down. They said to go down to the court, and they'll just hand me the trophy. Like I kind of high-fived Kawhi Leonard there. I could have just typed a letter there. I feel so bad on the moments that I'm thinking of right now. So bad. I feel so disappointed in myself. And one time, if Kazubak, you know who he is. I know you know who he is. He was at the Lakers, but then he traded to the Clippers. Why, team? Why? Why did this happen? I could have sold that for $1,000 if Kazubak handed us over. I touched it, but then the other fan just, when I literally touched it in the air, I literally touched it I was almost touching it. I was almost gripping it to my hands with a little bit of atoms. I was 10 atoms away from grabbing that in my hand. 10 millimeters away, for 0.001 millimeters away from actually grabbing it. Then a guy, oh hell, not today, not today, and he grabbed that. I regret 3 of them. Those are 3 options I regret, except of the first one. It was really good. Next, what else we got? We got for Flight Reacts, I say Allison's like 15, 14, 13, because he was a very good player, not to lie. He won an MVP, and that's not hard, and that's not easy. You have to be one out of the 325 players, and you have to be good out of those 325 players, and you have to be better than those good players in the 325, and you have to be better than those super stars out of the 365 players, and you have to be better than the superstars in the 365 players, and they all won it. So congrats to him. I don't know why Steve Nash won MVP. Like I don't think he ever deserved it. Like, I know he would put some crazy games, but I don't think he deserved it. I would give it to Kobe, because the time when Kobe hit 81 and he was averaging, like, I think I'll say 2006. Yeah, Steve Nash won the MVP in 2005, 2006, I think. He won like back to back. Why? Kobe just put an 81-point game. He was second all time in scoring leaders, and you literally didn't win the MVP. Oh my God, I don't understand. This guy in the first 30, 40 games, he averaged 40 points. He averaged 40 points, I think. In the first 30 or 40 games, he averaged 40 points. And on I know the exact date. Maybe. January the 26th, 2006, he hit that. He hit the record. Second record. But the bad thing is, the record is down by 19. 19, wow. Even Kobe couldn't surpass Will Chamberlain. That time, usually Will Chamberlain got 300 points in play. I don't think that was very impressive, but now it's just like someone getting 60, Harden getting 60, someone getting off the bench 50 points. Like, it's the same reaction. Like, everybody knew that Wilt or Bill Russell was gonna make history, a historic all-time number in the NBA, and they did it. But at that time, point guards were the weakest position, and the centers were just dominating the league. If you were a small guy, get out of here. If you were small forward, oh my God, bro. Like, I don't know about the small forwards, the shooting guards, or small forwards or power forwards. The only main focus of the 50s and the 60s, maybe not the 70s. The 70s were the time where it a little bit came, oh, okay. So small forwards came in. Julius Erving, George Gervin, and a lot of other players came in and literally destroyed the centers. The centers got extinct. Then in 1990s and 1980s, we called that a Jordan era, because it was. We had a lot of good players. We had a lot of good teams. Not to lie. We had a lot of good teams. Not to like a lot of good teams. Usually, New York Knicks. Usually, since that time were okay. You know, like they were okay. Okay. Again, okay. Actually, no, they were very good. They had David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. So Charles Barkley sometimes plays center, I think. PJ Tucker type of vibes. Actually, Charles Barkley has vibes with PJ Tucker. I can't name anybody else. There's only those 3 people, and those 3 people dominated. 2015 was like the peak of centers. They were gonna make literally the centers got so bad that NBA said they would put power forwards at the center position. There was so many bad centers. Like Dwight Howard is coming to the end of his streak of his greatness. Andrew Bynum just did nothing. Roy Hibbert, he just did nothing. And only the real fans notice. But I'm not a real fan. I've only been a fan for 2 years. Look like I'm not a real fan, but only like fans that actually like research into the NBA and like worst performances, best performances, best game ever, worst game ever, interesting game, interesting sidelines. Yeah, those are the guys. That's one of me. Who's in the game? Like, put it in the comments below if you're in the game of literally just searching weirdest game ever. Not unweird, most simple game ever. Best player of all time. Best averages of all time. Typing in like literally nonsense stuff. Fastest game of all time. Slowest game of all time. Longest game of all time. Most normal game of all time. Weirdest game of all time. Weird NBA moments. NBA players you never knew before. Most underrated NBA players. Yeah. I'm in the gang. Like, I just search up stuff like fastest game. I just get a category of basketball and either put most, lowest, worst, best next to the phrase the basketball, the category, and then it just pops up something that's interesting. Like, I've never searched fastest game in NBA. Well, I would love to. Like, weirdest records, I've seen that. So Roy Hibbert once put 0 rebounds, 0 points, and 0 rebounds, 0 points, and 0 assists in one game. And I think Josh Richardson, that guy who looks like the Americans Got Talent host, which is just more athletic and more buffed and more bigger and in the NBA, yeah. That guy who played on the destined 3-peat Miami Heat team. Yeah, that one. Yeah, he played 26 minutes because I think their actual center was injured. I think someone was injured that he had to replace it for. He would play 26 minutes, I think 26 or 25, without putting a single point or a single rebound or a single assist. I think Thon Maker was almost surpassing that, but he played 23 minutes. And yeah. Another thing, this is the final thing I'm going to talk about. This video getting real long. I think this is getting boring for you guys, and you guys are not going to watch the full video. But look at this. Who's going to be next season MVP? I think it's going to be LeBron James or Anthony Davis. I don't want Giannis to be the MVP. I'm just bored. Like, I'm like, if next year Giannis wins MVP, and I put my phone and see who wins MVP, and I click it and said, oh, Giannis won MVP? That's normal. Yeah, I'm literally gonna do that because I know Giannis is gonna be is not gonna win the championship. LeBron is. I'm a big LeBron fan. I was a LeBron fan since the first thing I liked the NBA because it was the second game I've ever saw in my life. Okay, next we got the Warriors. The Warriors are gonna be dominant. Brooklyn Nets, we have a good duo there. Rivals once. Next we have the Lakers, good team overall, but then they have a big drop. So they need a good free agent. Then we got Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma is not gonna improve from here. They just gotta trade him away. So before his value is down the hill, like they have to trade him away young before his value is down. And this video is almost getting to the end. So I hope you have a good day. Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball or Anthony Edwards. Then we got Minnesota Timberwolves are gonna pick James Wiseman. Warriors gonna get LaMelo Ball. Then because they already have point guard. The Minnesota already have point guard. They have Russell Westbrook, but they can use LaMelo Ball. But they need a backup center and a power forward for sure. So leave a like and subscribe. And bye guys, see you in the next one.